about to go down.
No, let's be
Huddle
nice to
Sports
each other.
Network, yeah, we own this town. Mic in hand, dreams in the air. Step to the stage, what you got, don't care. Huddle up, it's time for the show. Open mic vibes, let your talent flow. Every Saturday night, 7 p.m. on the dot. Central Standard Time, give it all you've got. Don't matter if you're seasoned or just starting out. Step to the front, shout it loud, no doubt. Rhymes, beats, verses, the energy's lit. Huddle Sports Network, this is where we get fit. Everybody's welcome, no need to hide.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Open Mic Night. I'm Rob, your host, and we got a bunch of guys on here. Already a little chirping going on in the back chat, but we are ready for a live show. What's up, fellas? Should we try to talk about this conversation again?
No, man. Let's have fun tonight. Let's be professional.
Well, bro,
I want to know who that DJ is that does the opening music. What is that, DJ 4 Mile?
Bro, that's Bill, the Packer fan, has got a new bag of tricks, bro. He's making all new live intros, all fresh intros, man. That is one of them, and it is.
All right.
I'm telling you, you want an intro, Bill? Bill's your guy. He's doing it for a small fee, but man, it's live, bro. That was a great intro, man. I love it.
Mine's lit. Hey, why don't you play my intro? Show it where I want my intro with every team.
Well, your intro kind of lies, man.
Whatever. I'm not talking to you, Bill. I'm talking to Rob.
All right.
Well,
But
Well, what is your intro? The beginning of Gran Torino? Like, what is it?
Actually, come on, show it, Rob. You got it.
I'll post it up here in a minute. Hold on, I got to share out the show. I got other responsibilities first, and then I promise.
I understand.
Bill has made pretty much intros for almost everybody on the network.
Yeah.
And they're all live.
Mike, me.
Maynard, yeah, they're all live, bro. Bill is off the chart. He's got a new toy that makes these great intros and outros, and he is dropping them all. All right, here we go.
He's doing good. Watch
So anyway, let's go. I want to ask you guys, what do you think about the Brock Purdy signing? All right, can we talk about it without killing each other? I mean, I think he's an overpay, but the contracts are going that way. Quarterbacks are getting $50 million a year.
It sounds like desperation, Rob. It really does.
But the 49ers are desperate, bro. They are the team that got picked apart the most. I mean, they got raped.
to me, I personally would take that team and just bring it right down to the studs and redo it all over again.
Well,
Isn't
CMC done too? Doesn't he have permanent problems with his arches or shins or whatever it is?
Yeah, John wants him to trade Christian McCaffrey for a third-round pick.
Why would we want him?
Yeah, I don't even.
Really, you don't want. Imagine.
No, see, we're not Holmes. We don't take injury-prone players all the time like Holmes does. He's a fetish for that shit. See, that's different,
I thought
man.
you were going to be nice, John. You lied.
I am being nice. You don't want to see me get angry, motherfucker.
Well, here's a big question mark. When it comes to the pre-contract, and if you're trying to base your offense off of probably the running game, my question is, why would they trade Jordan Mason to the Vikings for a 6th-round pick when the guy nearly had 1,000 yards rushing last season? It doesn't make any sense. Because McCaffrey's going to get hurt. So
the whole Lions offense is based on the running game, and you all know that, right?
Yeah, but CMC's done, man. I think he's going to be permanently have a limp for the rest of his life.
Make a perfect number 2. Come in for 15 carries a game.
But he's right. They got rid of Jason. They got Jordan Mason. They got rid of him, bro.
Mason.
Yeah.
Didn't make any sense.
Dude, you got Josh Jacobs.
I mean, they had Demarcado, but for who?
For Green Bay.
Who do you need a perfect number 2 for?
Green Bay.
We got a ton of them, man. We got tons of fucking 2s, man. We don't need number 2, man.
You got tons of number 2 wide receivers too. What the hell are you talking about?
Oh my God.
We were talking about CMC.
I just busted you.
Look, we were talking about Christian McCaffrey, and he brings this stuff.
I know. We were talking about. You're confusing the shit out of me, man. We're talking about CMC and his injuries and why they let go of Jordan Mason. I mean, bro, that don't make no sense.
He's itching to get at me.
Well,
He's itching.
Let's try, bro.
Well, hey, the running back room for the 49ers is crowded enough as it is right now. When you
Who
look
they got?
at it.
I mean, DeMarcado, McCaffrey.
After you got CMC, you got Isaac Garendo as their running back too. They got Jordan James.
Garendo,
yeah.
That's what I was thinking
Garendo,
about.
yeah. Garendo.
I was thinking DeMarcado. I think that guy was actually with Arizona.
And
but yeah, no, is Garendo the guy from Wisconsin?
Yep. They also have one of our former running backs in Patrick Taylor Jr.
Oh.
And Corey Kenner's over there, and they still have Kyle Juszczyk as their fullback.
Oh, Juszczyk.
And they got.
I guess my whole thing was that Jordan Mason looked really good. He looked really good. Like, I don't know why you get rid of somebody who proved over a long stretch of time last season that he can handle the load. Like, that didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, it worked out for you guys. Man, that was a legit good signing.
So what do you think?
I didn't necessarily like the Aaron Jones re-signing, but man, if you can get Mason to go with him, I'm fine with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
I don't know how much Aaron Jones has left in the tank. I'm not sure, but they like him on the team. So,
hey, is this a Viking fan that's going to be last in the division talking about how good their running game is?
Holy shit.
Oh, God. At least mine don't have nicknames. I don't need to look up the Sega Genesis game to find my running back. Knuckle Duster and Sonic and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to break kneecaps and chew pop bubble gum.
Bears got a better running game than you.
You're stupid shit that you put up with. Are you kidding me? Get out of here. You guys have sucked for 50 years, and all of a sudden, the last 2 years, all of a sudden, you got to open your mouth.
I'm talking about today.
Forever.
I'm not talking about 20 years ago. Whatever.
Oh, you mean for like literally 5 decades? All of a sudden, 2 years you open your mouth? Are you kidding me? Get out of here. Okay, Scott Mitchell.
Screaming as your number one and whatever.
Okay, Brett Perryman. Whatever you say, buddy.
Are you guys done now? Can we move on?
Kevin Smith, what do you got?
From Justin Jefferson.
Come on, Javed Best. Let's go.
All right. Well, let's talk about some schedules. I mean, the schedules dropped this week too. I mean, we all wait.
They all fucking suck.
Yeah. I mean,
I like week one.
I don't like
an early five.
That's my biggest complaint about our schedule. But I mean, it's a tough schedule. I mean, you got the Bears and you guys got the hardest schedule in the division.
Man, we got Lions and Commanders.
The Bears, hang on. Rob, the only reason the Bears have the toughest schedule is because they have to play the previous teams twice the Lions, twice the Vikings, twice the Packers. That's the only reason. The Lions have the hardest schedule. That's a fact.
I mean, why is
your
that?
First place team? What do you expect?
Look at it.
Actually, the fact is that the Giants have the hardest schedule, but
you have to play the North.
Yeah.
No, it's a fact. Come on, you guys, look at it realistically.
You're a first place team, and you're playing a first place schedule.
You're asking us to put on line.
They have to play 6 games.
What's up, JB?
Not much. What's up, JB?
I give up. You guys are mean.
Mean,
bro.
Dude,
holy shit, bro. We're just talking. All right, so what game is it what is your most unhappy part of the schedule for your team? Go.
It starts right at when we go to play the Ravens.
The Ravens?
That's going to be our toughest contest on the road that I see, out of what's out there, because we know the Bengals don't have a defense, so if you can stop them from scoring 35, you can win.
Right.
Cleveland, they don't have.
I think it depends on what time of year you play the Bengals, because it takes the Bengals a month and a half.
And that's why I like week 5. I like the matchup in week 5.
Forget
get right after week 5, then you got Kansas City, then you got all those little juggernauts right in a row that stop right when you meet up with the Eagles in week 11. Then you get a cupcake with having the Giants come home.
What's up, go Pack Go?
So we got Lions. The Lions play Eagles, Washington, Ravens, Come on, help me out, guys. We got.
We all play those teams. We all play those teams too.
You play the Chiefs. You play the Buccaneers. Yeah.
Buccaneers ain't shit to the Lions, really.
But you lost to them, though. Remember?
Yeah,
lost to them 2 years ago in the playoffs.
Whatever.
They lost last year to them in week 2 or something, wasn't it?
It was week 2.
The Packers, we barely lost to them, and the Packers can't beat them. So
I know, but Chad, you were arguing earlier what happened last year means something. I mean, if you lost to the Buccaneers last, I mean, what the hell, bro?
And then we beat them twice.
Look what we got. Look at what we got on the road. Ravens, Eagles, Washington.
What's up, broski?
Dude, it's terrible. Our schedule sucks.
Yeah, it does, man.
It's set up for failure.
About being a first place team as you play at that schedule.
Yeah,
everybody's schedule sucks.
A 15-win team, you were first place. You get that
You're
kind of
the number one seed. You get a first place schedule.
Hang on. You want to run through our schedule last year? It was pretty fucking easy.
Yeah, that's why you won 15 games.
This year,
we played the AFC South. The whole division played the AFC South, and they were terrible.
We're just lucky we have to play the Bears and the Vikings so we can get 4 wins there.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
God.
Yeah,
I'm going to so enjoy when we beat you
were
guys.
Just looking to pick a fight with somebody. I swear to God, bro. You just want to fight.
Hey, Chad, want to do a profile bet?
No, bro.
Want to do a profile bet? Packers sweep the Lions?
Ooh, here you go.
The Packers sweep the Lions? No way. I believe the Lions win.
Yep.
The Lions win game 1. Hang on, John. Lions win game 1 and they lose on Thanksgiving. I'll put my money on it.
I already told him
right now, John.
I already told this guy, this delusion, man.
$25.
Chad, he already made a bet with you. He said a profile pick bet.
Yeah, he wants to bet profile pick.
He said,
no, I want money.
If you go 1-1.
Chad, stop. Just fucking listen for a goddamn minute instead of running your cock.
He's been itching for a fight all night, man. He's got
you really want to fight, bro. You really do.
Yeah, that's all you're doing is you're egging shit on, and
it's a good thing my wife's calling me. I can calm down for a minute.
All right, go ahead, man.
John just irritates me. No, I'm kidding. I love John.
John just wants a profile bet. Yeah.
Hello, honey.
He's already got your profile picked out. Look behind him.
No, I can make something up that better than this.
All right.
Hey, but Rob, he already got to stress enough that he already has Marbet active. So yeah, he has a lot on his plate.
All right, is this a Viking fan
that's
like fucking talking shit?
Hell,
no, I'm not no damn Vikings fan.
He's a Giants fan, you dumbass.
I know. You just heard me. The Panthers aren't even scared of the Giants. They beat them last year.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Giants schedule is brutal, man.
Yeah,
the Giants got the toughest schedule out of all the NFL.
Yeah,
all the NFL. Damn.
No, it's because of the record of who they're playing. It's not the toughest.
Yes, we understand.
I honestly believe
we understand how it works.
Wait. I'm telling you, the Lions or Green Bay Green Bay has the toughest schedule in the NFL.
You're already wrong because it's the Giants at the top. And then who was it? It was somebody from the AFC West. Was it the Raiders?
Raiders or Chargers?
Yeah, it was Raiders. And then it was Lions, Green Bay, and so on. The easiest schedule in the NFL right now is Chicago.
You guys are all mean.
I didn't know if we had it in here or not. They had it. It was on another show.
Chad, you're just Detroit soft. That's all it is. You're
never
Detroit
nice.
soft. That's all it is, Chad.
I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
You soft.
Right. Now I gotta let my dog out. Hang on. I'll take my punishment in a minute.
Chad, you're like Angel Reese trying to have a superiority complex with Caitlin Clark. It's pathetic.
It's pathetic, bro.
He just
absolutely pathetic.
He just set the rebound record in the game because he was missing getting his own bricks, just like Angel.
Yeah, how many of your own rebounds can you get in one game,
gentlemen? Fellas, if I had to remind you of the percentage of the winning percentage for each schedule, I recall the Bears and the Lions are tied with the schedule winning percentage with their schedule at .571. And currently, Green Bay and Minnesota are tied at .557.
Yep, you're right, A-Dub, and the reason is because the Bears have to play the Lions, the Vikings, and the Packers, who are all major winning teams. That's why they have the high percentage rate.
As much shit as we've been talking, as much as I hate to say it, guess what quarterback's been doing the best at OTAs for the Browns right now?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
I saw that.
Probably.
Fedor Sanders.
Yeah, Fedor. I saw that. I heard.
But you know what?
I'm not
That just goes
surprised.
to show you. That just goes to show you him firing his dad as an agent, and not having him on the sidelines might have cleared his head.
Hey,
Maybe.
I was hoping
and
the
I'll-
Vikings
and
were
I'll
in the
go
draft
say-
and we need another quarterback. I was fine if we would have
Well-
drafted him. I mean, to fall in the 5th round
Hey.
for a guy who's supposed to go in the top 5? Are you kidding me? Shoot.
I
He was
think
going to
he got-
go in the top
Okay.
5. He was like
You
top
know,
20.
I'll
20
tell you
something.
what.
He was not a
I'll tell you
top
what.
5. Shadur was not a top 5 quarterback ever.
Let him. All right. What'd you say, A-Dub?
Ever.
Yeah,
I don't
top
give a
five-
fuck. You
top
can
five
listen
quarterbacks
to
in the
your
draft?
whoever podcaster you want. He was never a top 5 quarterback. Ever.
Okay.
A top 5 quarterback in this draft? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm
Wow,
not.
so you think,
Well, where'd
you
he
think 5
go?
foot 10? You think 5
Dude, he
foot 10
wouldn't
Dylan
even
Gabriel was
draft
ranked
him
higher than him? Are you crazy? Okay, Hendon Hooker, whatever.
Draft him
Okay.
I
as
didn't know you had
No,
that much
that's
of a
why he
love
dropped.
affair with him, but I don't want to argue with you.
Drafted his attitude. That's why he's dropped.
Get the fuck over.
He dropped because when he was interviewed by GM, he was playing Madden and messing around on social media.
Yeah.
instead of paying
No, I know
attention.
why. I know
Yeah,
why.
no, he
Right.
was a Giants interview. He was just spent all his time on his phone and shit. And the Giants were like, "What the fuck? No way."
I wouldn't want to go to that team either. I don't blame him. Shoot.
Yeah. That's like the Bears that want to go to the fucking.
Well, whatever. You can't
Bears.
control it. Caleb
Yeah.
went to the Bears. He didn't want to go there either.
No.
By the way, where did Caleb want to go?
I know. He
I
said the
think
Vikings.
I think Caleb wanted to go to the
Yeah.
Giants.
He said
Honestly,
the- No, he said
No, he
that-
wanted to go to the Vikings. He flat out said he did.
Yeah, he said.
Vikings
he said
dodged-
whatever.
no,
dodged the bullet there.
Slappy.
no, he
Why would you
literally,
want to go to the Vikings?
he
Jesus
literally,
Christ.
Chad, he literally said it in an interview.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh my- Chad, chill out, bro.
No.
And you know that makes you wonder, would Caleb Williams start of his rookie year be any different if he was with the Vikings?
Yeah.
No.
No. What? You're crazy.
No, it wouldn't have because
You're crazy.
Caleb isn't ready to manage a game. Caleb isn't a game manager
He has
yet.
way too many fucking.
The Vikings got a game manager. Whatever. You guys you can laugh all the fuck you want. Okay? The Vikings deal with game managers.
The Vikings
And
deal
they
with
don't
game
deal
managers,
with
huh?
rookies that think they're gunslingers. They don't. Well, whatever. Look at it. Dude, they got
Sam Darnold just went 14-3 with the Vikings, and he wasn't a game manager. I can promise you that.
Really? So how did
Yeah,
Sam
really.
Darnold? Hang on. You sound dumb.
Didn't he just get
How
$100
was
million
Sam
contract?
Darnold not a game manager and go 14-3 with the Vikings? So you.
We
All right,
signed him for
I'm over that. Okay, let's.
what?
Bro, I don't understand why Chad's being like that today, bro. He just wants to fight and argue and just monopolize everything. Holy shit!
Rob, this all started with the whole conversation about Brock Purdy.
I know, bro.
don't
It's
think
not
at
over
any
Purdy.
point did I say that Brock Purdy was like a top 5-10 quarterback. You just asked me what I thought about the signing, and all I said was I didn't know because I don't know the influx of what their team is right now. That's all I said.
Yeah. To me, I would have blown that whole team up and started from the start.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I personally think San Fran's in that kind of category because they did scrape a lot of guys off their defense before the draft ever came around. I think
Yeah, I mean, you don't know what San Francisco is right now. I mean, Kittle, I don't know why they signed Kittle to that contract either. That doesn't make any sense either. And that guy's old and injured. I don't get it.
Well,
But
if you go back the past 3 years, when they were healthy, they were good, right? Last year they weren't healthy.
yeah, no, and they're older now. So what do you make? What makes you think they're going to be any better? So, that's what I'm thinking. But We'll see. I mean, Shanahan's a hell of a coach, so I mean, he can make things happen. But I mean, McCaffrey doesn't exactly have a great track record about being healthy. So I mean, he's great when he's in there, but he doesn't have a good history. I think when he was with Carolina and how they had him do literally everything, I think that beat him up early in his career. And I don't know. I mean, he's still got it when he's healthy, but the question is always when he's healthy. So.
Well, with Christian McCaffrey, he's got that degenerative tendonitis disease.
Yeah, right.
Which
like,
makes
exactly.
I don't even know how he's going to play. I don't get it.
Last year, he couldn't play the first 6 games of the season?
Right. And then look, they got rid of Devo. I think Ayuk's on the trade block too, right? But they're willing to trade him.
They just gave him a contract. Like these have been, I mean, between Ayuk, Kittle, I mean, Purdy, you need to have a quarterback, but Ayuk and Kittle, like those signings, I'm like, ugh, I don't know.
Really old. Kittle's really old too, right?
Ayuk is a second contract wide receiver, so I understand locking him up during his prime. But if they trade him away and the dead cap limitations on top of everything else they just got rid of, it's going to cripple that team.
Well, my question is, what prime did Brandon Ayuk have? He had 1 good year out of 5. Like his biggest play of his career was an accident touchdown against the Lions in the playoffs. Like that was an accidental screw up by the corner by the Lions, and he just had the presence of mind to catch the ball. He hasn't impressed me hardly any at all. So
I said that was the luckiest bounce off of a half-inch piece of face mask I've ever seen. Because the way the point of the football hit that thing, you can't tell me that it was going to bounce straight up and just hang in the air like that.
Brandon Ayuk is to the Lions what Daniel Jones was for the Giants and the Vikings. One good game, 1 good play, big money. See ya.
Right.
Oh, sorry, Eric. I forgot you're a Giants fan. My bad.
No, I like this team. You see what I got on.
Think about this.
But I'm going to tell you right now, as far as Daniel Jones is concerned, everybody calls him a bust, but the guy that got paid more and just the same as Jordan Love plays down there in Jacksonville with the exact same stats as Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Oh, that team is such a train wreck. That's so hard to. It's so hard to pinpoint what went wrong.
Yeah, and the exact same team results. Exact same team results.
Well, it's crazy because when they have money, it's like it's burning a hole in their pocket. When they gave Christian Kirk that I mean, he was like the highest paid receiver at one point. Yeah. Christian Kirk, are you kidding me?
I mean, to me though, you look at the Bears. They had the most money, the most draft capital the last 2 years, and what the fuck did they do with it? Look at the Lions,
Gerald Everett.
But look at the Lions though. Same thing, but they built something. You know what I mean? They built a fucking foundation. They built a culture.
Yeah, I give the Lions credit. They drafted. Now, some of their draft picks I felt like were like they flipped around on the guys that they took, but they still took the right. They still took the right guys. Yeah. They took the right guys. So
on that really.
Well, I'll tell you what. When you mention the Bears, I'm just waiting to see how soon before a lot more manifests for them when it comes to that trade they did with Carolina, getting all the players when they did that trade with them to get DJ Moore.
They did do a lot. You know, they went from 3 to 4 to now 5 wins. They're doing great.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We have 15 wins in the last 3 years. That's bad, dude. You know.
Well, I like how the Bears think that they solved their offensive line problem. I don't hear. Let's just recap what they did. So they signed Jonah Jackson, the guy Detroit cut. Then the Rams didn't re-sign. They signed Drew Dahlman, who literally got Kirk Cousins destroyed, and because on the free agent market right now, he was supposedly #1 center. And then they traded for Joe Thuney. Let me ask you a serious question about Joe Thuney. The Chiefs' biggest problem right now is their offensive line, correct?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if he was ranked, let's just say he was their second-ranked offensive lineman last year behind Creed Humphrey. If the Chiefs have offensive line problems and they have Patrick Mahomes, why would they trade their quote-unquote second-best offensive lineman away? You know why? Because he's turned into a turnstile. He's turnstile Tooney.
Mm-hmm.
Because I actually have all the rules.
Behave, Tanner. You go back, all right? Behave, bro. I want to have a good conversation here, man.
Back to the kitty table.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I want to have a good conversation. I'm not. Go ahead.
So
go ahead.
I saw that question about the rules. The ones that are approved already, I've got those too. And we'll go through them. The other ones they still have to vote on. The regular season overtime, both teams will get a possession in overtime regardless of the outcome of the first possession. And the overtime will remain a 10-minute quarter. Touchback. The touchback line for when they kick it into the end zone has been moved from the 30 to the 35 because the kick returns that they did last year went from 24 yards to 33.8. So in other words, they're going to say, hey, we're going to give teams 2 more yards if you kick it in the end zone, trying to land it in that landing zone instead. They want the returns to go up because it actually went up from 24% the year before to 33.8, which is a huge jump. That's 9%.
Yeah.
And the alignment places everybody's going to be a little more bunched together during the kickoffs, just during the kickoffs. And it's to make it so the blocking's a little better to promote the returns better.
So we're still staying with that fucking dynamic kickoff crap, right? Is that what you're saying to me?
Yeah.
I fucking hate that kickoff.
But at the same
I hate
time,
the name of it. Why do they call it the dynamic kickoff? There's nothing dynamic about it.
This year? No, didn't they make a change this year in the kickoff? Honestly,
just the yardage that it goes to. It's still the dynamic kickoff.
Dynamic kickoff. It's still called that too. I didn't understand it, bro. I don't.
And the only other thing that they added 2 more things, and I like both of these. These are approved. Expanded role for the replay assist system will now be able to provide more video evidence to officials, particularly for specific types of penalties and game administration. In other words, all the fines, they're going to be reviewed and see if the fines are actually deserved in game. Right. And I like that. The other one is the legal tampering period. Instead of only having one, teams can now meet, call, and video and set up meetings with up to 5 unrestricted free agents during the legal tampering period instead of 1.
Holy shit. Bro, what is the point in even having legal tampering if they're just going to, I mean, they're like, all right, we're going to let everybody take a peek and we're going to let them have a little conversation. And now they're putting a cap on it. And,
well, they had a cap of 1 player per time that you could meet with.
So it wasn't enough.
They're saying it wasn't enough. So now it
wasn't enough. That's crazy, bro. I mean, the whole point, why are they calling it tampering then if they're going to tamper? It's just,
it's really not tampering.
You got that 3-day window from the Friday through Monday.
Right.
Where they're able to do the legal tampering.
It's like, is that where they take everybody to the club?
No, that's college. They do all that shit.
I'm just fucking around.
Yep, but and there one more thing is we're going to go to just like the UFL and use the Hawkeye first down measurement system where they use an overhead camera to set up where the first downs are. There won't be a chain gang anymore unless there's an outage.
So hey, Jeremy, so they are incorporating UFL rules to kind of change some things or looking at them, right? Like you just said that they were looking at the yard, like what? Go ahead.
How accurate is that system without the actual 10-yard change?
It's accurate. It's all laser, dude.
Yeah, it's laser accurate. It's down to the 1/1000th of an inch.
And they're talking about incorporating it into the NFL.
They already said there will be no chain gangs this year. They're incorporating.
That's what he's saying. Yeah, that's what he just said, Chad. That's why I was asking about it.
They used it the last 2 years with the UFL already, and it's eliminated so many bad spots.
I can imagine that chain going across there really can't. I mean,
dude,
but for measuring though, that's the thing. Like when they walk out, you know, and you're about to measure for that 1 inch, you know, usually you can tell when they're holding the chain. No one's going to be able to tell now. No one's going to be able to tell.
No, they actually have it gridded out, and where the ball is placed, they'll go to a screenshot and show you in the grid on the screen where the ball is, and they say, yep, it's the first down. No, it's not.
All right.
There is no more questions anymore. And
the next thing we got is an automated strike system in baseball too. That's coming next.
I know, right?
One of the things that made it. Them using that spring training and the success of that
Well, hey,
of how it corrected a lot of bad pitches is why they're doing this in the NFL now.
I get it.
I had brought up something yesterday on our show about another rule change. I think voters were supposed to be voting on. I think it's supposed to revolve around the changing of the seeding in the playoffs. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was
They
supposed
are.
to be.
The
It was
Lions
supposed
brought it in,
the
A-Dub.
vote.
The Lions brought
Yeah,
that in.
yeah.
They did.
The vote. Yeah, the voting was supposed to be a matter of the seeding being based more on the team record more so than them just winning the division.
I say leave it where it is. That's everybody wants that division. They get a fucking home game.
So a
and
9-win team should have a home advantage.
They should have won their division then. That's not my problem. They
Well,
didn't win
whatever.
the
They're
division.
in a weak division, John. But
Right,
you're not
right.
It
understanding.
don't matter.
So, yeah, well, what they're saying is it does matter now, but it has to be voted on still.
Yes.
To me, the reward of winning a division when you're in a bad division, you make the playoffs. That's your reward. It shouldn't be because you won a division, you get a home playoff game.
In 11 games on
Well,
3 teams. Why
It's
should
not fair
one
to
of
that
those-
team though. I
why
mean, the
should one
revenue
of
and
those
stuff. Lose all
wild
that
card
revenue.
teams not get a home field advantage against a 9-8
Or go back to
Tampa
what was it?
or Atlanta?
Wasn't it 7
They
years
should just
ago?
be happy you're getting an easier
Yeah,
team.
Well, all right,
Doesn't matter where you're playing. You're good enough to beat you.
Let me
up, Jeremy.
I mean, here's the thing: as long as you get counted for winning your division and you are in the playoffs, then they can seed it out. Then they can seed it out according to record.
I mean, what's
all right? But if you win the division, you should be in the playoffs. You should be in the playoffs.
Second place
Commanders took out the fucking Lions, number 1 seed.
You don't
I mean,
get a home game.
I'm just saying.
Right. I don't look the home game and the away game to me that's not the important thing.
It does matter.
How does it matter?
Because it's important, dude.
Well, Seattle. I know Seattle was 7-9, and they hosted the Saints. Seattle was 7-9 and hosted the Saints, and the Saints I think were 11-5, and they were behind the Falcons, who are 12-4 or something like that.
The whole way they run the whole way they do the seeding system is the worst plays the best. Already, right. I mean, so
not
how come you thinks that's unfair?
Currently.
What? No, that's how it is, man.
Division, you're guaranteed a home playoff game, and you shouldn't be.
Okay, wait. So, worst to the best, but the top 4 are division winners right now. The way the
right.
So, like he was talking about, we had a 7-9 Seahawks, and then we had what was it, an 8-8 Redskins that hosted a playoff game to a 12-win team.
The Bucks.
If you went by the power ranking, which is basically what they're doing. The power ranking would be basically off of your wins and losses. Both of those teams would have went away. Would have been on the road instead of at home. And I think the division winner, I don't care. You made the playoffs. That's your reward.
That's your reward, right? I agree with that.
If you win more games, you deserve a home playoff game.
I agree.
I'm not sure, but I think the Vikings had a better record than the Rams, and the Rams host. Well, I mean, it ended up being in Arizona, but I mean, the Vikings were on the road for their playoff game. So,
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I think that's what the voting's about too. Like, is it fair for a team that had more wins than the other team to beat a road team?
I mean, come on, the Vikings went. The Vikings went 14-3. Why are they on the road against a freaking 500 team?
And they technically only lost to 2 teams last year. They lost to the same team twice.
The Lions.
Hi, how you doing?
Right, you're right.
You're right.
You're right about that.
I know. I'm just saying.
It's not
Lions
fair.
had a good, lucky season last year.
Better.
Great regular.
They shouldn't have to go.
I thought they wanted to change it all, just base it on the record. Just base it straight on the record. That's what I thought.
No,
that's what it should do. Then why do you even play in the regular season? What does the regular season matter then?
You win the division, you're in the playoff. But if you're 9-8 and somebody else is 13-2, who gets the home field advantage? That should be the best
team with the better record.
Best record.
Dad, you should pay attention because like 3 of us agreed with you, and then you argued with us.
Exactly.
That's what we did.
I don't get it, bro.
I said keep it the same. I was the one said keep it the same.
Yeah. No, but I see the.
Keep it down, Jordan.
I understand.
I don't like changes, man.
You should be able to. I mean, look. if we're going to keep divisions, because look, if we're going to have why have divisions? Why not just have two conferences and play it
Every
out?
division winner makes the playoffs, but if somebody in the wild card has a better record, it gets seeded properly to
Yes,
record.
Chad, if you would let me finish what I'm saying every team should win. Every division team should be in there. And then the next three best records, and then you figure out what the seeding is. I honestly agree with you guys on that. I think if you got a high record, you should get a home field advantage.
Yeah,
you should get that.
I agree on that, I guess.
That actually was a rule change. The division winner beginning a home game was a rule change back in the 70s.
Wow.
I can tell you, home field advantage ain't really all that. Ask Packer fans here. We know we lost a lot of fucking.
Bro, Detroit knows pretty well. They got a home field advantage last year, and they fucking lost their first game. They know.
It happens, man.
I wish
it don't matter. As long as you get a playoff,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I mean, Rob, let's face it. Our whole division lost in the first round of the first
bro,
playoff. It wasn't just one or the other. We all lost.
I'm not saying we were any better, bro. I'm not at all. Trust me. I beat on my team. We lost 3 in a row in the end. I'm gonna
go to something they talked about on the local radio station about that. If you look at the regular season and the regular fans that were there, they weren't there for that playoff game because they couldn't afford it, because the nosebleeds went from $280 to $1,700.
I'm good.
Yeah.
So it was more of your wine and cheese type of fans that were there, the casual ones that just have a lot of money to throw around.
Yeah.
The ones who bring in charcuterie boards and a nice bottle of Bordeaux and sit down and.
You know, nowadays the business people are buying them up. Business and use the tax write-off.
It's not cheese and sausage, bro. God damn it! Chad, you just want to fight.
I know, man. I'm here to disrupt.
Oh
hey,
my lord!
Hey, I got a question for you. Is Hudgens going to be the same?
The reason why Detroit has always been the Thanksgiving Day game is they were the first team to do it and the only team that wanted to do it back in 1935 for the first one. So it's been a discussion.
Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong.
Chad,
wasn't it a Ford that came up with this way back in?
No, it was the owner of WJR who was the original owner. Ford didn't buy it outright for sole ownership until 1963.
I was asking.
Yep. No, it was the William Clay Ford was basically still a tickle in his daddy's.
How many Super Bowls since then?
I know. Since we started the Thanksgiving Day tradition.
Yeah, you got 4, don't you?
4 world championships.
World champions, yeah. No Super Bowls though.
Yeah. No, bro, I like tradition. I think it's great. I remember in my earliest days, it used to be Cowboys, Redskins, Packers, and Lions on Thanksgiving. That's what it used to be.
Right, because Dallas was the second team that started it as soon as they got in the league.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, you don't realize what's going on. Like, they're trying to bring the black and blue trademark back into our division. You know,
they ain't doing it. It's just the way it's working out.
It's the way it's working. It's the way the teams are working, bro. It's not.
It makes sense. It makes sense given how tough the division is and how we had 3 teams make the playoffs. It makes sense.
Well, that and whoever was on peyote when they had the Atlanta Falcons in the NFC West. I don't know what brain cell they were using with that one. I don't know.
Hey, I'll give you one better, dude. They put the Detroit Red Wings when they were so good for 20 years. They moved them to the West because the West was so weak they had to put a good team in it. From Detroit to the West. They did that for what? How many years did they do that, Jeremy?
12 years, 15 years, something like that.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous, dude. Well, we have to move, dude. So we didn't even get to watch half of the games because they came on at 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Because the reason they started the Thanksgiving Day tradition is because the owner of the team said, hey, everybody sits at home and there's nothing on TV other than Thanksgiving Day parades. Let's at least give them a game to watch after, not college. And so he approached the NFL and said he'd do it and he'd back it himself and broadcast it through his network through WJR.
And he
And
made
Say
a lot of
what
money,
you will.
too.
That Army-Navy game on Thanksgiving, I am burning the midnight
Oh,
oil
yeah.
watching that game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, you get a
know,
grand
but now it comes-
total of 5 passes in a 60-minute game. I love that game.
Mike, you know,
5
now
all
passes
I'm
in
gonna
60
say,
minutes.
Dude,
all I'm gonna say
when
right now
Dallas
is,
comes in crying about the Lions are the only Thanksgiving game and they just gift them one, and now it's 3. I mean,
Yeah,
the
now it's 3
Lions did a
games.
great thing. The Lions created the Thanksgiving Day game.
this Thanksgiving game coming up, Jordan Love better have his fucking turkey leg this time, man.
No, I
When we
think
whoop
you
your
guys
ass, you better have
No, I
that turkey leg ready, man.
I believe you guys lose week 1. I believe you win that one.
If you remember,
God, we're sweeping. Remember that. We got that
if you
back.
remember right, the reason why you didn't have a turkey leg is because Greg Olson ate it.
Yeah, I know.
Ate it. Yeah, he
I know.
ate it, bro. He did. He ate
I
it.
know.
Well, he was
Yeah.
hungry.
Well,
Yeah.
not only that, but we weren't supposed to win. And they said that the turkey was stamped with the other team's name on it. So that's why they didn't show it. But all right.
We were like
But,
14-point favorites or some shit like that. 13 or something.
It
There
didn't
is
happen, though, did it?
one more rule that we haven't talked about yet that is being voted on, and we'll know everything by the end of the month.
Push.
That's when they do it. No, push. We all know that, but it's the defensive penalty ones about the automatic first down on 5-yard defensive penalties.
Oh.
They're talking about making it not a first down automatic.
Yep, they are.
Well, you guys brought that up because you got the worst 2 penalty fucking corners in the league right now. That's why you guys brought that up.
Talking about
The other guy's gone,
What
Dorn.
guys are you talking about?
No, Reed's with you. He's got a lot of penalties last year.
Who?
Reed.
DJ
We
Reed.
got
DJ
quarterbacks,
He's got a
John.
lot of
Yeah,
penalties.
but CD3 led the league.
Whatever.
CD3 led
Yeah, I
the
know
league, and he's not
JD
on.
Reed and
Jared
Arnold was.
Alexander and nobody, and at least we got 4 cornerbacks.
And
Yeah.
your corner room is fucking garbage, tell you the truth.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
I'm serious. It is. It's garbage.
How about your linebacker room there, John?
Our linebackers, I love
Our linebackers are great. What are you talking about?
He's sitting up.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Holy
Chad, are
shit.
you?
guys
Hold on.
We was going good, fellas. What happened?
Chad, you got to be the most delusional in the world, bro, because there's no way.
You might be right.
You might be.
Elson wants his money, man. You gonna pay him? He's 31.
Number 2 delusional.
Well, I mean, what do you think
It's
about
good,
that?
yeah.
though? I mean,
It's still good.
that's always been the rule. 5 yard. I mean, it's a 5 yard. Honestly, it shouldn't be a first down.
No.
I mean, they're assuming that you're going to get a first down, right? That's why they give it to you, because you're assuming that you will get the first down.
5-yard holding shouldn't be a first down automatic.
No, it should not be. It should not be.
I think they need to have a rule too with the tackles. I think they need to have a rule with the tackles moving at the snap too. I see specifically the Kansas City Chiefs with Jawan Taylor. He is literally moving every play. They could call him every down for illegal formation, and they don't. Like, I just don't understand how they let it go. It doesn't make any sense.
It's going to continue.
Well, hey, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Something else. How about we call something else I don't think made sense was before the season got started, they wanted to bring up that hip drop tackle rule up, and I'm thinking, how often have we seen those kind of tackles not get called?
They still do it and get away with it.
Yep.
They got away with it last year.
Bro, I saw so many slaps to the quarterback's head on primetime games on TV that were never called. You actually see the quarterback's head get slapped around, no penalty.
How about Sam Darnold against the Rams? I mean, literally,
that's what I'm talking about.
How do they not call that? How do you miss that call? How do you miss that?
How do you not? How is there not a rule? We talk about all these rule changes every year. How is it they don't have a rule that says if we see it, let's get it right and call it?
When the Lions laid Jordan Love out in the second game, they just laid him out, and it's like I couldn't believe there wasn't a call. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Hey.
They did. They laid him out.
What about that wild card game between the Lions and Commanders? I'm sure Lion fans will still have their complaints about the helmet-to-helmet hit that happened on Jared Goff after he threw an interception that wasn't.
But it was after the play. That's why they didn't call it.
About that, but guess what? That one play didn't affect the game. There was too many other plays. Could it have changed the game? Yeah. But I'm not going to sit there and blame one play on our loss.
I think they said the reason why they didn't call it because it happened after it was the interception. So
No, it happened before the interception. It was just missed, John. I'll be honest. But I'm not going to complain about it. This shit happens to every team. Happens to the Packers, the Bears, the Vikings, the Lions.
Did Decker report? Was that?
No, I ain't talking about.
Or that was just cheating.
I'm not willing to say that the officials are lined up with the betting.
To me, the Darnold one was so egregious because it was literally like that was the last play of the game. Like literally pulled the face mask.
Bro, it was
like, and that was it.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do we got to go back 2 years? Let's talk about last year.
That was last year.
Yeah,
that was the Dallas game. No, it wasn't.
Oh, that.
What Dallas game? I don't know what you're talking about.
You guys cheated
that was the epitome of cheating.
When you guys cheated, bro?
Dude, when officials get fired, wait a minute. All the referees get fired. They don't get to do playoffs or fired because of the epitome, the worst call in the last 5 years in all of them.
You tried throwing a fast one over the refs and that fucking backfired. That's what happened, dude.
The worst no call in the NFL in the last 5 years was.
Honestly, we don't know what happened there.
Fuck up for a minute and let you guys argue. Go ahead. I want to listen to it.
Yeah, because every time somebody talks, you start talking over them.
You talk over them, bro.
But I think the worst no call that was Nicole Roby-Coleman when he mugged that
Saints
receiver.
Rams. Saints Rams. That is the worst.
And literally, that ref was as far away from the action as John Dorn is for me right now on the screen.
I don't see a damn thing.
Look, bro, in my personal opinion, the worst call is the Fail Mary, bro. Fuck you, man. Dude did not.
Well, the Fail Mary, or I'll tell you what, in the same realm with the Packers one, the Des Bryant call was that was terrible too. That was awful. Yeah, you can say what you want as a Packers fan. I'm sorry, he was reaching for the goal line. I don't know how they figured that out. That was, I guess according to that rule at that time, but that was stupid.
They called it the no catch, saying he didn't survive the ground.
Yeah.
Not surviving the ground, meaning he was trying to jump to get a touchdown. It was the.
I thought as long as that ball breaks the plane up, the
Calvin Johnson one was bad against the Bears too. We can go back and forth on that one all you want, but
the where he put the ball down after the touchdown
that was stupid too. So the Rams Saints one though, that was the worst. That was literally cost the Saints going to the Super Bowl. Simple as that.
If the Calvin Johnson pass didn't happen, we wouldn't have got Matt Stafford. That's a fact.
What? Okay.
Right? We wouldn't have got Stafford for the decade or more that we had him. We wouldn't have got him.
They had Stafford already. Stafford was already on the team with Calvin Johnson. He was there before.
Hang on, I'm trying to figure it out. So wait.
Trying to figure it out.
Help me out here, man.
Stafford was there before Calvin Johnson. What are you talking about?
So Calvin Johnson, was that the 3-13 one season or?
They got Matt Stafford in like 08 or 09. Like it was a long time.
It was 2009. Yeah.
That was way before Calvin.
We're trying to figure out.
We got Ndamukong too. We got
Calvin Johnson, we got in the 2007 draft. Matt Stafford, we got in the 2009 draft. Eric Ebron in 2010.
Yeah.
And what about Ndamukong Suh?
Ndamukong Suh is 2011.
Yeah, Chad, you're not a Lions fan. I'm convinced.
Whatever, I don't care.
You're a Buffalo fan. Come on.
I'm just here to annoy you guys.
I always enjoyed every year with Matt Millen seeing them seeing them take Mike Williams, Roy Williams. Remember all the wide receivers in the first round.
Matt Millen was
with
great.
Dallas.
Matt Millen was great. You guys didn't like Matt Millen as your GM, right? You didn't like that, did you?
No.
Matt Millen, I call that era the decade of despair.
Yes, I would too, bro. He was so proud of what. No, bro, you suck.
No, dude. Quinn Trisha was worse, so come on, Jeremy. Really?
No, but as a coach, yeah, but that was your
Millen
GM.
is the worst. That guy was
Millen was your
terrible.
GM.
Millen made it
Yeah.
so he had an 0-16 season.
Yes,
Yeah,
bro.
but he did
Right.
that trade with Dallas for Roy Williams and got like
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams
Yeah, and
got a haul.
wait,
Whatever,
okay.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Wait, we got a haul. We got a haul that we wasted on fucking Brandon Pettigrew to draft Eric Ebron 2 years later. Fucking great. Fucking brilliant, Matt Millen.
And guess what? The
Oh,
Bears just drafted
man.
a tight end at number 10. So
Oh boy.
we know the Bears are gonna suck.
Well,
Whatever.
I tell
Stop
you
being
what.
The
mean.
Bears just did what the Bears do. They make the wrong picks. That's what they do. That's what the Bears do.
The Bears are internal issues. Their ownership is why they're trash. I mean,
I
they
know.
don't do nothing.
I
They don't
mean,
do
And they
nothing.
got Ben Johnson, and
You know,
everybody
That's
has
what
high
turned
hope.
around the Lions is
Hey.
they got better ownership. That's
Hey.
what it is.
Hey, I tell you what, when you think about the Bears making the wrong moves and all, which one could you say was the worst one they ever made?
Holy
The
cow,
worst
that's
pick we ever made.
There's so
That's a
many
good
to
one.
choose from. I don't know where to start.
Easy.
I know, bro. That's a
Dude,
really
that's a
Easy.
fucking really good one.
Picking
All right,
Terry
let's hear it.
Fair over Randy Moss is almost as bad as Tony
yeah. I guess
Dandridge
that's
over Barry
That's
Sanders.
Lions, though. We're talking about the
Well, the
Bears.
Packers did that too, though. The Lions were the only ones who passed
Yeah.
on Randy Moss. So let's not split the bill here,
Hey.
okay?
They bought a lot of drafts, man. Jesus.
Every draft
No,
up
the Bears
until
are
this
busted,
last
bro.
one because it's still undetermined for the Bears. How's that?
Wait, the Bears have never made a good quarterback draft ever, so that you could say every draft the Bears.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
What
They
was the
had,
worst?
they just weren't
Hey.
able to
What's the
develop
worst
it.
drafted quarterback by the Bears? There's a better
Hey.
question.
hey,
What's up, Rob?
What's going on?
Yeah. Hey, there's some other moves I still find crazy that I think the Bears can get called out on. Maybe about the trade they did to get Chase Claypool on their team, or even how much money they put behind Khalil Mack to be their guy on
That's
defense.
those are just
Well,
two.
Post have been fired, man, last season, man. I don't know why he still kept with him,
Keep an
man.
Eberflus. That wasn't a bad call.
Yeah.
Cade McNown.
All Post
Put
is
that on the
a
list.
puppet
Kevin
for fucking
White.
Ben Johnson. That's all he is, a puppet.
There's so many, bro.
Hey, Dorn. Hey, Dorn. What's your season prediction now? You're seeing the schedule. I'm guessing you're going at least 13 wins, right?
No, I'm
way.
thinking
If
more
Dorn
anywhere
thinks
from
13,
11,
he's
12
wrong.
right on there.
11, 12.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's right. I agree.
Just making sure.
Yeah, no.
Do the
No,
whole
now
league,
this
Dorn.
schedule.
Don't
Do the
worry,
whole
Rob.
league,
Everybody
Dorn.
thinks you're going
It's
to
a
finish
tough
in last.
division, bro.
It's
You
okay.
can't-
No, man, I need to hear Dorn say the Lions are only going to win 7 games so I can laugh at him.
No, I got you about 9-10, tell you the truth.
Okay, I
9-10.
go.
Are
I
you
got
happy with that
I
one,
got a
Willie?
10.
Are
10.
you happy?
Yep.
No,
Man, are
Jim
you
says
happy?
12.
I see 10 to 12 possibly on that schedule. There's about 5 games I don't see how we win, but then
I
there's
know.
that one game. There's that one
Hey.
game that we always seem to pull out of our ass out of those ones I say we can't win.
Jeremy, I
happens every
agree. Dude,
Well,
well, we're going to win
hey.
one game we shouldn't, but there's 5 games that I don't see how we're going to win. But we'll win one of them.
So, so it's a 10 to 13 window for me.
So who do we lose to? We lose to Baltimore. We lose to Eagles. We don't. I
Yeah,
think
I
we
already
beat
told you that the
Washington.
Packers sweeping
I
you,
think we
so
lose to KC. I think we lose to the
we're
Rams.
starting with the Vikings
So
and
you
Bears.
don't think you're losing to anybody in the division?
No,
You're
No,
crazy.
One
You're
division.
We're
crazy.
gonna sweep. We're gonna
You're
sweep
crazy.
the Clowns.
You're sweeping
Hey,
us all.
Dad.
You're sweeping us all.
Dad.
No, come on, I'm
Dad.
messing.
Chad,
That is
think-
the most.
I
That is the
think
most
we're winning
homer take
10.
ever.
Okay,
Jeremy,
That is the most
walk him off the
homerous.
ledge,
I got
please.
2
Jeremy,
more
walk him off the
losses.
ledge, please.
Rob, I got 2 more losses. I said we're gonna win 10. All right, I think we lose one of the Bears and one of the Packers.
I think we
It's a
sweep
10 and
you.
7.
Wow.
And
Yeah, the White Claws
I
are
mean,
hitting you.
14 wins they
I
had last
personally-
season, bro.
I personally feel like we split in the division, and
Yes.
we lose to Baltimore and the Eagles.
Uh,
That's
Yeah.
what I think.
I think you're going to beat Kansas City. Kansas City isn't what they were. I don't think. I think you beat
didn't say
Kansas
the
City.
Chiefs. I didn't say the
No,
Chiefs.
No. I'm saying I think you guys are going to beat the Chiefs. I think you're going to beat them.
Kansas City Chiefs, their offensive line. I mean, they were
Not only
revamped it. How's that offensive line going to be?
Let's
I'm
go
wondering.
all the way
Now,
back
what
to
it
his
is-
sophomore year in college. Pat Mahomes has not beaten Jared Goff in college or pros yet.
And
So
to
the
top
first
it off,
time there,
it's going to be
baby.
offense against offense. It's not going to be a lot of defense.
He
I
lost
don't
in
think in
2
the
bowl
KC
games
game.
to Cal with Jared Goff,
We're just-
and he lost
it's
that
gonna
Monday
be-
night. Then he lost that Monday night blowout against the Rams, and then we won that home opener when they were celebrating their Super Bowl win when we were there in KC.
I could see Gibbs
Right.
getting 180
So
yards.
what do you guys got the Vikings at? Because you guys, I mean, you're all saying they're in the bait. You guys don't think the Vikings did anything to improve?
I got him at 7.
I got
Vikings at
something
7.
for you. I got something for you on that, Robert. A guy that's on Twitter that does sportscasting out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and everything.
Well,
Dustin
your opinion, not that guy.
Baker.
Man,
He put up a very interesting stat that I had never seen anybody compile this on. But we're playing the Baltimore Ravens this year. He went back and he researched this. So the Baltimore Ravens have existed as a franchise since 1996. Every time that we have played the Baltimore Ravens in their existence, when we have won, the Minnesota Vikings have went to the NFC Championship game. When we have lost, they have fired the head coach. Every single
They're not
year
firing
since
KOC if they lose.
1996.
That ain't happening.
So I just thought that was one of the most interesting compilations I've. It's just one of those weird things. I'll drop the screenshot of his tweet in our group chat after this. But I think the Vikings low end 9 to 10 wins, high end 13 wins.
Yeah.
I kind of had the Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions all in that same boat. Any one of them can have 10 to 13 wins.
I think
really
the NFC North, the North is going to be it again this year. I mean, I can see three teams with double-digit wins, maybe even all 4. I mean,
I'm not ready to get the Bears.
I'm not ready to get the Bears.
You know,
I'm not ready to give them double digits. No,
I say 8 or 9 wins, and they might backdoor their way into the playoffs if the right team loses.
Maybe.
Well, I think people got to understand. We played the AFC South last year, and the AFC South was garbage. So we got to remember that we're playing a better AFC division. No, we're playing a much better AFC division this year. So there's more of a threat of losing a couple more games with us playing the AFC North.
How about realism?
For all of us. So
Which is exactly
nobody in the
said,
North wins 13 games without going 5-1 in the division. You go 3-3, 4-2 in the division. There is not a team in the North that's winning 13 games. That's a freaking fact. It's a fact. Add it up. Look at the schedule, man, dude. You're lucky.
Bro, nobody knew you were going to have a 15 win and a 14 win.
Nobody knew Washington was going to do what they did.
Right.
We had a weak schedule. No, Rob, we did have a weak schedule last year. We really did.
You're going to have to pull that crystal ball out of your ass and show it to me, bro, because I don't believe it.
Chad, let's not start that shit because that was a lie.
That was
wasn't
crazy.
A weak schedule because they said we had the 8th best schedule, the 8th hardest schedule last year. This year we have the 3rd hardest schedule.
But Jeremy, they said that, and then look at the end records, and then it didn't end up.
It has nothing to
being
do with that. It goes off of the record the year before.
How does it? They said it preseason, but then when they
Look
at it.
Chad, and you're bitching that we got a harder one this year off of things based off of preseason.
All right. Well, we got to call it, guys. That's the end of our show. You got to wrap it up. But thanks for all coming. Thanks for commenting. Thank you for your opinions. And we'll see you guys on the next week. Have a good one.
Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network on Roku and Fire Stick. This is the first place to find all the latest NFL news, trades, and rumors. If you have a Roku or Fire Stick, access your menu and locate the search bar to perform a channel search. Then simply type in Huddle Sports Network. After completing the search, this logo should appear. Then add to your menu and you're good to go. We cover all your football needs from breaking news to trades and rumors.
Ken and Ken in the morning. 10 to 11. Wake your mind up, this the sports heaven. Next up is Lines Talk with Jeremy B. 11 to 12, breaking news you see. Then we roll into the Daily Huddle, no doubt. From 12 to 1, hear what it's about. We got the beats, we got the flow. Huddle Sports Network is the place to go. Huddle up, check the vibe, it's lit. NFL news all day, man, that's a hit. Every weekday, we bring the heat. Can it